Horror movies are generally popular, and the genre currently spans a lot of movies with gruesome elements. Films about paranormal activities, scary dolls with bloody hands, and creepy clowns climbing out of a pit are regularly presented in the cinema program. It is not surprising that these movies, bloody scenes, supernatural events, and jump scares occur regularly. These are all events that can make people run out of the cinema while screaming, but they do not. People are looking at those things that give them goosebumps for fun. We are fascinated by the fact why people watch horrific things for their enjoyment. It is a fact that horror movies are popular and people apparently like to be scared. But why? Was the enjoyment of abomination always present in humankind, or is it something that has developed only in recent centuries? How is it that abomination in movies has become such a popular genre? First, the definition of abomination. Abomination means the terrifying element in a movie. Examples include violence, spirits, blood, psychic activities, and so on. Abomination is synonymous with horror, which is the name for a genre in which it is the intention to scare the public for entertainment and fun. Arguably, abomination in the study means the same as horror. Examining horror films is crucial in the study. This study sought to answer the question, how is it that abomination in movies has become a popular genre in the Western world in recent centuries? To answer this, we have investigated various subjects to help us answer the question. We did this through literature research, interviews, and a survey. So, the main question is, how is it that abomination in movies has become a popular genre in the Western world in the past century? The sub-questions we've investigated are 1. How is abomination in movies created and developed? 2. Why do people feel attracted to abomination in movies? 3. What is the psychological effect of abomination in movies? 4. How has the attraction of abomination in movies changed over the years? And 5. How does the demand for abomination shape the work of directors? The attraction of horror movies in the Western world is interesting to study because it shows a remarkable correlation between the fear that one experiences and the enjoyment and fun while watching a movie with terrific elements. Much less interesting is it to examine why people like to watch comedies or romantic movies. Watching comedies or romantic movies usually results in arousing emotions that can be directly experienced as positive. Contrary to films that contain abomination or horror, which more often elicit emotions who are not immediately perceived as positive. That makes the appeal of horror movies to humankind an interesting topic to investigate. Our research showed that the Gothic novel of the 18th century is an important precursor of the abomination of horror in films. Many of these novels have been filmed and quickly became popular among the public. Horror and scary stories go way back in the history of storytelling, way back before the existence of the Gothic novel. But the Gothic novel did play a very important role in the development and formation of the abomination and horror in films. The reasons why people are attracted to abomination and horror in films are different. Literature research has shown that some people in the audience are seeking for sensation and thrill. Other people say that they feel like they restore their connection to society by feeling normal while looking at all these horrible and absurd scenes. Horror films or horror in films also give some people a chance to escape from reality. Horror movies offer a safe place to experience people's emotions. The results of our survey support these findings and indicates that most people surveyed watch a horror movie for the thrill and to search for the edge. Abomination and horror also have an effect on the psyche of humans. It has been found that the higher the level of empathy, the more bad feelings are experienced by watching a horror movie or gruesome scenes in a movie. Horror can have a therapeutic effect on the psyche of humans because it enables to handle extreme feelings in safe surroundings. If an individual becomes obsessed with horrific scenes and horrific images, though this may indicate that the individual has some psychological problems. Furthermore, horror or abomination in movies doesn't really have any lasting psychological effect on people or impact. Abomination and horror in films have undergone considerable development. The first horror films were characterized by creating alienating effects and fascinating sets. Also, people were fascinated by monsters. Since then, abomination in films was gaining momentum and there were arising different categories of horror. Pioneering techniques made its appearance and created a growth in popularity of the horror film. Contemporary, there is a great variety in the horror genre, and horror films are therefore popular among a wide and diverse audience. Directors of horror films do not allow themselves to be influenced by the audience during the making of their film. They see themselves as an artist with a unique vision and make the decision themselves if their work is morally justified. They do look at the kind of audience they want to reach with their work and form their idea of a film around them. Directors and their production process are determinative in explaining the popularity of horror and abomination in movies, but they always stay with their own creative process, and the demand for abomination in movies by the audience play a very small role in their creative process.